See, the fun thing is there's truly nothing called a collagen requirement. Collagen is a structural protein. It is something that your body makes on its own. As you are going to age, your collagen production declines.
So you said that it's made in the body. Is the body's production enough, or do we also need to eat it through our food source? They say take your collagen along with your vitamin C supplement. So why is that particularly so? Your views on collagen gummies?
Useless. Absolutely useless.
Potential extreme harmful effect that a collagen supplement might have.
Welcome to another episode of the Ask Amita podcast, and today we are here with Madhura asking questions about a very hot topic in the nutrient supplements industry right now, which is
Collagen.
all right.
So we are taking all hot questions of collagen today. So my first question is for people who have heard of collagen but have not understood it as a nutrient yet. So what sort of a nutrient it is and what function does it play in our body?
Okay, great question. Collagen is a structural protein. Okay, so it is very abundantly present in our body, and it forms the structure of everything almost that you can think of. So be it your bones, your hair, your say skin, everywhere you will find collagen, and it is something that your body makes on its own. So it's your body is going to take the amino acids from the food that you're eating and is going to change it into this protein called collagen, which helps to maintain the integrity of say your skin barrier, the integrity of your intestinal barriers, or even ensuring that your bones are strong. So that's collagen for you.
Right. So you said that it's made in the body, but it is also found through the food sources. So is the body's production enough, or do we also need to eat it through our food sources?
Oh, great question. So, see, the thing is, food sources of collagen are mostly animal based. So, you will get collagen if you're eating, say, chicken on the bone and you're boiling it, making it into a curry. So, you're going to extract some collagen from the bones of the chicken. You will also end up getting collagen through, say, a bone broth made out of any meat that you have. And you will also be able to make, your body then makes collagen from non-collagen containing foods. For example, all plant-based foods, they don't contain collagen, but your body uses the proteins from there and makes collagen on its own. So that's the difference. So if you were looking for dietary sources of collagen, then animal-based foods are your best bet. And from the plant-based, say, food items that we have, you will not get collagen directly, but even if you're eating your protein sufficient diet and you're doing other things which are collagen boosting, then you will end up getting enough collagen.
So people who are primarily vegetarians or vegan, they do not have to particularly think that I need to meet my collagen requirement through food.
See, the fun thing is there's truly nothing called a collagen requirement.
Okay.
Your body is making it as it requires it from the food that you're eating. So even if you are primarily vegetarian or even vegan for that matter, you need not be worrying about your collagen intake or whether your body is going to be able to make enough collagen, provided you are not doing things which are going to be anti-collagen, and B, that you are doing things which are going to promote your collagen production. So the anti-collagen things are that wherein if your diet is full of junk food like ultra processed food, or if you are smoking, or if your intake of alcohol is very high, or if you are into any recreational drugs. So all of these are factors which are going to inhibit the production of collagen in you. Even if you are not sleeping okay, all right. So if you're someone who has chronic insomnia, then you will find that that also translates eventually to dull skin, or even you not having enough energy, or it can also translate eventually in the long term to your bones getting weaker. All of that, one of the factors is that your collagen production declines with that. The another factor is that with age anyway we find that as you are going to age, your collagen production declines slightly, but that doesn't mean that you have to start taking a collagen supplement immediately. But what you can do, okay, so say you have a 60-year-old who is primarily on a vegetarian diet and now wants to ensure that their collagen is also being made properly, then what they can do to boost the collagen production is first have enough protein in their meals, okay. So meet your protein requirement, that is number one. Number two is exercise, okay. Now exercise is the most underrated collagen boosting hack, okay. So where everyone is speaking of boosting collagen, there are also a lot of dermatological procedures to boost collagen, but if you are just simply exercising, you know, regularly, by exercise I mean it could be walking, it could be lifting weights, it can be swimming, it can be your calisthenics or pilates or anything, you know, playing some sport. Any form of exercise is inherently going to boost your collagen. So I was saying that if you are someone who is primarily a vegetarian 60-year-old and you now want to say ensure that your collagen is enough or sufficient, then the first thing that you should start doing is eating enough protein in your meeting your protein requirement and exercising.
So taking it up from the sources that you mentioned, so primarily animal sources, so they are also high in fat. So what should be the quantities of it to make sure that you are not exceeding it, and how should one have it as?
So if you look at collagen or the bone broths, which are the animal sources for one to get collagen, you will find that they are also pretty high in fat. So one doesn't recommend more than 2 tablespoons per day, and of course that is along with lean protein sources. So you can't be having a very rich or a high fat meat, say for example beef or lamb, which are or pork. Pork is much higher in fat. So eating pork and beef and then with that also having say a jar of bone broth, that's not going to help you, because then you will end up gaining too much fat and, you know, increasing your weight, which is not the point of boosting collagen. So take a couple of tablespoons of bone broth, even if you are someone who is vegetarian or over vegetarian and just wants to boost the collagen intake a bit, so you can just mix 2 tablespoons of bone broth to whatever dal that you're eating or any curry and just have it like that. That is also possible.
Right. One thing that I also keep coming up in reels and ads is that they say take your collagen along with your vitamin C supplement. So why is that particularly so?
Fantastic question. See, when you are eating collagen with vitamin C, vitamin C is always needed for it to make the mesh, or it's a structural vitamin for collagen formation, which is why whenever you are taking any collagen, it's always recommended that you take it with vitamin C. There is another lesser known hack to collagen production, or cheaper hack rather, because collagen supplements by itself can get very, very expensive. We will come to what those supplements are, but what you can also try doing, it works for some, doesn't for others, is just buy your basic gelatin, which is used to make jellies. So you mix up say a couple of tablespoons of gelatin with some vitamin C, or just squeeze 1 lemon and drink that off, and that protein is similar to collagen, or it can be made into, your body can start using it as collagen or make it into collagen internally.
Right. So if one is if one is not having enough vitamin C, so even if having collagen will not help them that much?
Yes, yes, it won't be as effective.
Correct, okay.
Does not again mean that you have to start taking supplemental vitamin C, but just increasing your intake of citrus fruits is definitely going to help you.
Right. You also spoke of it reducing as we age. So if one is not into smoking or, you know, other such practices that you mentioned earlier, so what is that leads to collagen depletion as one age?
Simply because of the aging process, the way it is a degenerative process by itself, which means that with age you find that even your arteries, even if you have a clean diet and even if you are someone who doesn't have any alcohol or doesn't smoke or anything, you will still find that your arteries are also going to start getting some form of atherosclerosis. Similarly, your collagen or your body structurally, a part of aging is that it starts getting a little weaker. Now,
Right.
you can keep yourself younger and you can work on your longevity and you can work on keeping yourself more fit
Right.
by ensuring that you have a good diet and by ensuring that you are exercising and sleeping properly. But it can be done, but it's a very natural part of aging.
So as we are aging, does the collagen requirement increase, or is it just that it is going to say the collagen store is continuing to deplete?
As we are aging, our protein requirement increases.
Okay.
So by default, if you're eating enough protein and you're
Yeah.
increasing your protein requirement as you're aging, and with that you're also adding in exercise, then your body will make the collagen that you need.
So now segueing to a very important topic and which has everyone's curiosity, that is the collagen supplements. So what are they really helpful in today's time, and what are these supplements about?
Collagen supplements that we are getting today in the market, they're all made like the marine collagen is super popular. It's made from fish bones and scales dehydrated, made into a powder.
Yeah.
You also have another form of collagen which is algae based, so you get that as well. Not as effective in terms of the say how it's going to be promoting the collagen formation, but for that matter we don't even have enough evidence to say that taking in marine collagen is going to help you in increasing your collagen production,
Right.
simply because not everyone can digest the marine collagen well. Because
Okay.
understand this, it's made from fish bones and scales, stuff which we don't usually eat.
Right.
Right now, when you suddenly start eating marine collagen, or you start eating, say, powdered fish bones,
Yeah.
your body is not going to be able to digest it completely because it's a new thing that you're introducing.
Right.
Some people will also find that once they start taking collagen, they also start getting soft stool or runny stools or diarrhea. That can also happen simply because your body is not able to digest it. So taking marine collagen, I don't prescribe it to anyone and everyone. In very few cases wherein they are under some other medication or you have other factors which are going to inhibit the collagen formation, or when you have some medications which are being given because of which if you like say supplement it with collagen, then it could help them. Those
Okay.
are the only cases where I recommend a collagen. For most people, I don't give a collagen supplement.
So can you please give us examples for who they might be indicated in? Uh,
So, perimenopausal, menopausal women who are undergoing a lot of trouble with their menopausal symptoms, or who have been dieting constantly, who have a very very long history with dieting, because of which they see osteopenia, which is their bones becoming weaker.
Yes.
In those cases, we recommend a collagen supplement, but again, one needs to check whether they are able to digest it, whether it's suiting them, because
Right.
it's truly not meant for everyone. Same thing happens with algae based collagen as well. It's not, the efficacy is a little, there's a bit of a question mark on that.
Right.
And plus, not everyone can digest it. Some people also get like really weird burps with it. So, that's the other factor.
so if given a choice for a non-vegetarian person, you would recommend the food sources over the supplement?
Yes, I would say make a bone broth. If you are outside India, then you can even buy bone broth off the shelf.
Yes.
So you just buy, say, a dabba of that and have that.
And for vegetarians who are opting for these supplements, then there are plethora of supplements which are available online over the counter. So if they are going to buy one, so what are the things that they should look out for in the supplement, and what should be the rough dosage that they are having?
So see, the thing, there is no standard recommended dosage for collagen as yet, because we
Right.
simply don't have enough research on that.
Correct.
Secondly, as a vegetarian, if you are going to start taking collagen and you're not eating well, you know, by that I mean that you're not eating enough protein, then you need to understand this, that collagen is also protein. So your body
Right.
is literally going to start using it like protein. It's going to digest it, it's going to disintegrate it, it's going to, you know, use it as an amino acid and then make other proteins out of it. So
Right.
essentially you just end up, say, eating a very, very expensive form of dal.
Yeah.
You know, so, which makes no sense, right?
Correct.
I might as well meet my protein requirements from my food first,
Right.
and then think of supplementing with a marine collagen, or if I'm opting for an algae based. But yeah, typically, like
It's just
Kitty,
an expensive protein that you're buying, which you can might as well first fix your protein requirement first,
absolutely.
and then if see how it goes.
Yeah. So it's not for everyone, and again, like it is an expensive protein. So
Right.
to my mind, or to my practice as well,
Yes.
in my 20 years, I would have recommended a collagen supplement barely to 5 people.
Oh,
Yeah. And I get all sorts of patients.
yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Any potential extreme harmful effect that a collagen supplement might have?
Digestive issues, that
That's-
is the biggest problem that can happen with it, thankfully. So you can end up having very loose stool, or you can even get diarrhea with it. That's the only bit. Other than that, there is no significant side effect.
So there are also different forms of collagen supplement available. So powders and capsules. So any difference in that? Anything more beneficial over other?
Yeah, so you have hydrolyzed collagen peptides, which are pre-digested, so they are supposed to be easier on the gut and easier to digest. You also have the basic bone broth, or
Yeah.
just collagen powders. Most collagen powders, or marine collagen, are the powders that I mentioned. They are actually a byproduct of the fisheries and
Yeah.
the, say, poultry and other livestock industry. So yeah, that's the other form. You also get some collagen as capsules. So hydrolyzed collagen can be put into capsules and then given to you, or the other regular collagen can also be given as capsules. So if you are seeing gut symptoms, or if you are seeing any digestive issues with your current collagen, I would recommend, if you must, then switch to collagen peptides, hydrolyzed collagen peptides, and you could try those, but not a must have, truly not a must have.
Then your views on collagen gummies?
Useless. Absolutely useless. Because they are gummies. Even if you say that they are made with, they don't have any added sugar, because now most adults have become sugar aware, so they don't want to be eating sugar in the form of gummies, thankfully. But they will have, say, sucralose as a sweetener, and a lot of people will find that they get digestive issues even with sucralose. So collagen gummies are an absolute no. It's an utter waste of money and time. So when I'm saying that collagen by itself is not something which everyone needs, collagen gummies, definitely not.
Your message to someone who's buying these collagen supplements for a better skin. So what would be your message to them?
You're just buying very, very expensive protein for yourself. So instead of opting for the collagen supplement, first fix your protein requirements, first fix your iron levels, look at how you're sleeping, whether you're exercising or not, drink enough water, and then if your problem still persists, or if it is still recommended to you, then go for a collagen. But most people will find that the benefits that they are seeing after taking collagen, because a lot of people will say that I took collagen and my skin improved.
Yeah.
It's because your body started using that collagen as a regular protein. It got digested, and that's how you actually ended up meeting your protein requirements.
Correct.
Using a very, very expensive protein,
Yes.
much more expensive than even your usual whey isolates. You know?
Correct.
So it's up to you how much money you have to lose. All right, so I hope that answered all of your questions on collagen. If we missed out on any, Let us know in the comments, and of course, if you do take any collagen supplements, tell us what your experience also has been with it, and tell us which form of collagen you are taking and why. Do share this episode with everyone and tell everyone that now Amita's podcasts are also available in English. Don't forget to subscribe them. See you on the next Ask Amita episode.